Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your storyteller, ready to take you on amazing journeys through different tales. How are you guys? Today's audiobook is Arabian Sands by Wilfred Thesiger. Let's get started. In Arabian Sands, my goal was the discovery of the great desert of Arabia, the orientation in the sphere outside the sphere of modern civilization. While traveling in the 1940s, I take a journey through the Rub al Khali deserts, and learning about the hot and sterile environment of the desert, I discover not only the beauty of the desert, but the people of the desert, the Bedouin tribes. The call of the desert. Before leaving, I feel the tropes of readiness starting to rise above the surface, leading me on the road ahead. Of course, it is inspiring to imagine oneself surrounded by dunes and deafening quiet of the desert. But I thought about how people felt that wandering off and living like animal and farmer in the forest was so appealing because there was always something to do, something to overcome, something new to face every day. This purpose was formed by my passion towards knowing the lives of the Bedouin people with such a strong-rooted tradition that makes them survive. Encounters with the Bedouin. First encounter with the Bedouin makes me realize that they are very friendly and welcoming people. They allow me into their households and entertain me with their myths and realities of life of the desert predecessors. By so doing, I find myself discussing with them and thus understanding the nature of their culture and the respect they have for the soil. Every time, it broadens my knowledge of their culture, as well as their strong social organization and their commitment to the desert. The above case elaborates the trials of the Rub al Khali. The real courage is measured as I travel through the Rub al Khali, or the empty quarter. The struggle is real. I have to endure extremely high temperatures, sudden sandstorms, and the problem of finding water is a real trial. At these times of suffering, only the company of my two Bedouin guides may comfort me in that inhospitable land. Their skills into the harsh terrain and capability to maneuver around this environment turns to be my strength. The spirit of survival among the challenges, I find out the resiliency of the Bedouin people, essentialist of survival. I am always amazed by how they are survival-oriented people who use their thousands of years of knowledge to support them in this unforgiving land. I start to appreciate the unit and support as each individual has role that must be played for the support of the unit. Toward the beauty of the desert, the deeper I go into the desert, something inside me is forcing me to appreciate the beauty of deserts. The moving sandhills, the colors that transform before your eyes, and the silence which surrounds me brings deep serenity within me. I also know that the desert is not just empty space, it is full of life and welcome, or can be enjoyable for a person who gets a chance to survive it. It seems to me that this duality becomes a leitmotif throughout my practice. A bittersweet departure. It is now the end of my journey, and therefore I have several things that I would wish to express, but first I feel happy. The relationships I have developed with the Bedouin and the things that I have been taught remain with my very spirit. I understand that the world in which I grew up and with which I was shaped in many ways is dynamically evolving, as are the Bedouin culture and traditions. Desert teaching me personal values of human strength, friendship, and survival, no matter how harsh the conditions that one is put through. To sum up, thus, Arabian Sands is not just an account of my journey, it is a deep respect of an existence that I found remarkable in its tenacity and the roots with the earth. The desert has put me in my place and shown me things I didn't even know I would see, and I think will help me as I go back into a technologically world that is almost oblivious to the beauty of the desert. My time in the Negev was all about the spirit of the Bedouin and the beauty of the sand, raw and difficult and fantastic friendships grown from the desert's dust. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe the Sonic Library for more audiobooks. I hope this story left you with something to think about. Stay tuned for more new videos.